What up, Buckeye Nation? Welcome to the Scoop. Tuning in today for a live commitment prediction to the Buckeyes. Before we get into all that, chat, you know what to do. Hit that like button for us. Hit the subscribe button as well. Scoop, dude, we're on our way to those 37K subs. Need y'all's help. Super chats are open as well. Go to help out our veterans on the Buckeye Boys channel. Go out to help those that need help. We appreciate you guys. See you all in the chat. I'm going to bring on my brother Funky to help me with the show today. Funky, what's up, brother?
What's
Funky.
up, Dev?
Okay,
Well,
there
I
you
mean,
go.
what a great day to be a Buckeye, feeling like a national champion. Oh, am I here?
Yeah. You
You good?
here? We
Are we
hear you.
good, Devin?
We good to go. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Woke up feeling like a national champion, still a national champion, and undefeated for the Buckeyes, so can't complain. Solid performance yesterday. There's always going to be some complaints. There always can be, but what a great day to be a Buckeye, and we're going to add to the class of 2026 today, hopefully. And got to watch some Ohio State Buckeyes masterclasses. Shout out, Chris Olave. Shout out, Justin Fields is probably going to get a win versus the Browns today, which I hate it because it's the Browns. I'm a Browns fan, but also at the same time, go Justin. And the Browns need to lose anyways, get a better draft pick. So, and then shout out, Chris Olave. Shout out Emeka Ibuka. Another stellar performances for the guys. So just a solid day. And JJ McCarthy loses and throws two picks and zero touchdowns in meaningful time. So what
Yeah.
a great day. What a great day for Buckeye fans. Wow.
Great day to be a Buckeye, man. I got up Emanuel Ruffin's highlights from Huddle right now. The 6'4", 295-pound defensive lineman from Bessemer, Alabama, who exploded onto the scene his senior year. Buckeyes were in on him his junior year, but chose Cameron Brickle, right? Because they thought it was close. But then Emanuel Ruffin came out his senior year and is, I believe he's the top uncommitted prospect in the nation on defensive line right now, and he's clearly Larry Johnson's number one runt right now. Larry Johnson sees something in him. We've been telling you this on this channel for quite some time now. He's committing right now. I looked on his Instagram to see if he was going live on there. I don't see him live on there. My guess is we'll just see it pop up on his, feed somewhere. If anybody in the chat knows where we can see this Emanuel Ruffin live commitment at, let me know, chat, and we'll get it pulled up. I don't see it anywhere. Like I said, I was hoping it was on his Instagram. It is not. But Emanuel Ruffin choosing between Ohio State and Missouri today. We expect the pick to be Ohio State with a 100% confident level on that expectation, which is probably stupid because who knows what happens in recruiting anymore. But that's what we're being told. Emanuel Ruffin is the first Buckeye going to commit today. Look at his film. That's from his junior year. So this year he's exploded onto the scene. And again, is one of Larry Johnson's favorite defensive linemen in this class. Funky, what's your thoughts, brother?
I mean, just like you said, Emmanuel Ruffin is a kid that Ohio State was always in on, but has really heated up that pressure as of recently after going after his senior year film. And the 11th ranked prospect in the state of Alabama, or I think he was ranked ninth and 12th according to the 247 and then on 3/rivals. A top 120 kid in the class, a top 20 defensive line prospect in the nation. A stud kid that's going to help build the line for the future. And I really do think the Buckeyes are going to win this one. And we've thought that now for a bit of time. So it'll be hopefully a very good day. Just add to more positivity that's going right now around the Buckeyes, because we have the number 8 class in the nation, and when Emmanuel Ruffin's commitment, I think it moves up to 7 or 6. So we're really looking at a top 6, top 5 class in the nation for this upcoming class, which is just really good when you take into fact our approach and stuff. And the late risers. I was listening to, I forget who's talking about it, but we were talking about it too, Devin. And people were saying like, oh, we only have 1 5-star in the class. But people don't realize by signing day in a month, the top 32 players in the country get ranked as 5 stars. And right now, if you look at the top 32 players in the country, just based off rankings, I know rankings don't even mean much, but we just want to look at the rankings and just want to glorify those. Then we have Sam Greer, 5-star, Kahari Wilder, 5-star, Jay Timmons, 5-star, and Chris Henry Jr., 5-star. So those are 4 5-stars according to the rankings. And then obviously we have guys like Blaine Bradford, who by all accounts should be a 5-star, Sincere Johnson, who was recruited like a 5-star, and a bunch of other kids in the top 100. So this will just add to really, another great class by Ryan Day that's just getting better. So I'm very, very excited. And yeah, it's all good because this class is just going to get better. And there could be some really, really, really shocking things come before signing day. I'll leave it at that because it's not for sure going to happen. There's nothing that's for sure on the table. But let's just say there's other 5-stars on the table that Ohio State's still in contact with, still talking to on the daily, and still want in the class are going to give big last time offers if their senior year film keeps answering it. So the Buckeyes are going to be on flip watch literally until signing day. So it's going to be a great time to be a Buckeye fan, and I'm excited to talk about it today with you, Dev.
Yeah, and what Larry Johnson's doing with this defensive line right now, Kari Wilder, the number 1 defensive lineman in this class, 6'4", 255, can play all over the place. He's our prospect we've been looking at the defensive end position. That's probably where he'll end up. But in this new scheme with Matt Patricia, you see what Caden Curry is doing. Kari Wilder will be an upgraded Caden Curry, all over the place, doing all kind of different things. So, there's a 5-star defensive lineman. Then you look at Damari Simeon, right, who I'm not quite sure why everybody's sleeping so much on this cat, but he's 6'2", 285 pounds. He's the 64 ranked prospect nationally, the number 5 defensive lineman in the class. And just go watch his film. I don't need to say anything there. 247 and ESPN don't even have this kid ranked. Rivals has them as the 64 nationally. Go watch his film and tell me who you think's off there. And then you look on down the board a little bit. We got Cameron Brickle, who's 532 nationally, but 6'2", 300-pound defensive lineman. We chose Emanuel Ruffin over him, so we're pretty high on him. And, of course, Jameer Perez, one of my favorite prospects in this class, the big old 6'4", 330-pound nose tackle that you want to have in your class. And if we add Emanuel Ruffin to this class, the Buckeyes are still not done there. Dre Quinn will be here for the UCLA game for an official visit, as well as J.J. Finch. I believe he's coming in as well, another defensive lineman. And I know that Larry and these Buckeyes are in contact with more defensive linemen around the nation that aren't being talked about that much right now. So curious to see where this class ends. I would be happy with 5 or 6 defensive linemen in this class, considering the past class misses that we've had on numbers. There is an emphasis on the trenches in this class, big time. We will get our numbers in the trenches in this class.
Absolutely. And Drake Quinn's really one to look out for because Buckeyes are perceived right now as the leaders. So right now, we're going into an official visit with a very talented defensive end recruit out of Buford, Georgia, and the Buckeyes are, the perceived leaders. I wouldn't say all one's a for sure deal by any stretch of the imagination, but after Saturday's game versus UCLA, night game in the shoe, should be a lot of energy. Not many people could really rile up the stadium like Nico. I'm gonna leave a. So he's gonna rile up the shoe, and I'm sure the fans are gonna show up, guys, for us to get our 10th win. Or what was it? The Buckeyes have an opportunity to win their 10th game in a season for the 22nd time in 24 years, Devin.
That's insane.
That's a crazy stat. That's literally a crazy stat. In 21st or 20th in the last 21 years, it's like 20th out of 21. And I'm also including the COVID year. I'm counting the COVID year as a 10 win because we made it to the national championship game. So I'm counting that towards the 10 win count. But that's literally insane. There's no other program like that in the history of the game. And I talked about it on the board too, but if the Buckeyes beat Rutgers and UCLA, they clinch their 14th straight season with 2 or less losses. Crazy. That'd tie an
Yeah.
all-time record in the first time that has happened in like the modern era, where you play 12 games and then you have to play a conference championship game, and then you have to play an extended playoff games, which in this case is
Yeah.
the playoffs. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a great time to be a Buckeye fan, and yeah, I can just keep going on about that forever.
Yeah, Nico, I'm a leave a hurtin', is going to come in to the horseshoe, and he's going to leave a hurtin' because Buckeyes pumped up to play him as well. But yeah, the recruiting stretch that we're on right now, again, trying to find this update here. Who knows how long the decision will be? I don't see him live on his Instagram at all. So we'll wait and see if we can see where this decision has popped out. We expect to be the Buckeyes, but Funky, this isn't the only one. This isn't the only one that we expect to be a Buckeye. Some of the national media has caught up to us today and put in their crystal balls for this prospect that if you listen to this show, you know we've been telling you the Buckeyes really want this prospect as well. Legend Bay, 5'10", 175 pound, ran a wind-aided 100-meter 10.23 seconds his sophomore year. Okay, so state champ out of Texas, and the 100-meter dash, plays quarterback, plays wide receiver, plays running back. The Buckeyes really want him, and they're really pushing to close this thing down now. And we're being told that's happened. The Buckeyes have shut the door on this one. He's going to end up being a Buckeye. Funky, I'll let you expand on that a little bit, because there were some other guys we were in on. Amari Latimer, another running back. But hey, where are we recruiting Legend Bay? Running back, wide receiver, quarterback. Everybody wants to bulk at the quarterback idea, but give us a little more intel on that. And you guys enjoy this film in front of you. And Tank, stop chasing your tail.
Yeah, I mean, on Friday night, I got word from my best Texas guy that Legend Bay is all Buckeye, and he gave me the confirmation that the Buckeyes lead, and he thinks Legend Bay is going to be a Buckeye. So I was able to put in the equal sign on the board on Friday night. I got that word really late Friday night my time. It was like past midnight. So I was able to post it on the board and say Tennessee's last push, because Hubel, the Tennessee's head coach, visited him for his game on Friday night, and I asked my source, I was like, did it work? And he's like, nope, it's all Buckeyes. And the biggest thing that puts Buckeyes over the ledge on Tennessee, and why I felt extremely confident, putting in my prediction, what's today, Sunday, so solid 48 hours or more than that, 50 plus hours before anyone else did, was because he feels like he can play quarterback at Ohio State, and Ryan Day is giving him more of a realistic chance to play quarterback at Ohio State than Tennessee is. And that's a fact out of the whole thing. So he's excited for the opportunity to, sit in those quarterback meetings and try to expand his position, at quarterback, which is something that no one was really reporting. But that is what's going to win us this recruitment, is the opportunity to learn under Ryan Day and possibly be the quarterback one at Ohio State. But until then, Ohio State pitched him the idea that he can be Curtis Samuel until he could earn that opportunity to be quarterback one. And if he doesn't earn that opportunity, then Ohio State has a good drawn out map for him to be a Curtis Samuel like prospect for Ohio State, and who Curtis Samuel's still in the NFL. So that guy's made a hell of a career off being a, tweener between running back and wide receiver. So, and people like that have been expanding throughout the NFL as well. You can look at like Deebo Samuel, and a bunch of these cats are playing wide receiver, playing running back. And that's the type of prospect we get at Legend Bay. Like 10-2 in the 100, that's flying. Even though it's, I think, 5+ win 8 so it's probably closer to like a 10-4 or 10-5, but that's still flying. I mean, that's absolutely flying. That's legit. That's legit fast. Not as fast as Jameer Brown, but legit fast. And he could be a Division I sprinter for no doubt. And that's coming from a track kid. So I know what I'm talking about a little bit when it comes to track stuff. Yeah, but I mean, exciting. Sorry, you go, Devin.
Yeah, state of Texas, 100-meter state champ. That tell you all you need to know out of the state of Texas. The Buckeyes just getting them locked in here. Texas tried to offer late, and that's what some people were worried about there. But like you said, the Buckeyes locked this one up. They wanted this one bad, and it seems like they've got it done. And like you said, Buckeyes aren't done, man, at all. The Kevin Brown stuff has slowed a little bit, obviously. The information I got was based off the visit. We know how kids get on visits when they're there. The words that were coming out of his mouth when he was on the visit were words that would lead you to believe that he's going to be a Buckeye. We have since been told his dad, West Virginia legacy, is really pushing there for him to remain in West Virginia. I'm still not sold. That's a lost cause. But then you have the commitment of Wilhelm, and that kind of makes you take a step back, wondering if the Buckeyes are out there. So we'll wait and see. Ultimately, where Kevin Brown ends up picking, it's looking like it's going to be West Virginia. But Dre Quinn's in there and some other prospects as well. We got the Wake Forest linebacker, Braxton. I forget his last name, 6'5", 200-pound linebacker that I'm being told he's a Buckeye as well. So Buckeyes got their ears and their eyes open. And you're going to see some early flips like we expect this Emanuel Ruffin news to come out. And then, Funky, I also expect on signing day for at least a flip in the Buckeyes' direction on a surprise recruit that we're not even talking about right now.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think those are going to be the bigger names. I think right now it's great players, top 100 kids who Ohio State extremely high on. But you're totally right. The Buckeyes are definitely going to be shooting big and literally until signing day. Just saying some names out there that I'm not saying it's going to happen, but just names that I would look out for. Don't say this will be the first time you've heard it, but Xavier Griffin, Alabama commit. Don't think James Laurinaitis isn't texting him every single day, telling him, look at Arvell Reese. Look at Arvell Reese. That could be you. I mean, Arvell Reese is being mocked as the number one non-quarterback prospect in the entire league for the next year's draft. I mean, I saw him mocked like 4th overall after like 3 quarterbacks, and him and Caleb Downs and Carnell Tate as 3 out of the top 4 non-quarterbacks taken in next year's draft. And don't think players don't like that. Just don't think that's not an opportunity. Bama's having a great year, so that's going to be a tough one, but don't think that James Laurinaitis and Matt Patricia aren't going to fight for that one to the very, very, very end. And never you take your eye off Luke Waffles, because Luke Waffles got a very enticing nil deal on the table from Ohio State. And not that USC's having a bad season, and not that I think USC's heading in the wrong direction. But I think Ohio State's just trending so far in the right direction, that's always going to be something to look out for. And there's other kids, other 5-stars out there that we're probably not even talking about right now. Kids like Jay Timmons, who popped up on the scene and then 2 weeks later flipped. We're going to pop up on the scene closer to signing day, closer to the Big Ten championship game. And it's going to be interesting, because how do you say no to the Buckeyes, the defending national champs, who in this hypothetical situation would be 13-0, number one seed heading into the college football playoffs? It's a tough sell, yeah. And Ohio State's starting to ramp up their nil game too. So, which is exactly what we thought. They're sending out their offers now and not in June, where those offers are just paper. It's monopoly money in June, but when it comes to November, December, that money turns real really fast. So it's what the Buckeyes are doing, and I can see this. The Ruffin commitment went live, by the way.
Yeah, where? And who did
Instagram?
He commit to? I'm on Instagram.
It's on. No, you're not on Instagram. It's on Instagram. Refresh your page, Dev.
Oh.
Sorry, I didn't mean to sound bratty there, but
that's okay. It looks like he's done already. I've literally been sitting here on his page this entire time.
Wait, no, he's doing it. I'm watching it.
Oh, well, bro, it's
there's this guy talking, probably his coach or something, and he doesn't know Ohio State balloons and Missouri balloons.
How do I pull it up?
I'm not
Are you
sure.
on his page? EMAN2KK?
Yeah, he's Buckeye Scoops in the house. I see you.
Dude, I can't I would love to know how
Well,
to watch this.
I'll tell you what's happening, Devin. Some guy's talking. He's yet to talk. I'll
Oh,
let you
here
know
we
when
go.
Manuel's making a decision. Okay, there you go. Wow, the Houston Texans came back. That's gonna help out the Browns because we have the Jaguars picks.
I got funky. I got it streaming on our channel.
Heck yeah.
It's just sideways. Cameraman needs to turn the camera the other way. Hey, thank you, Go Mode 1234.
I feel like it was hard work getting here, everything, doing everything the right way, things like that. With that being said, for this 3-4 years, I'd be committed to bridging up.
Yes, sir, baby. Yes, sir. Get some Buckeye, baby. Buckeye.
I was not sure what happened, Devin. I was confused. But let's go. Let's go. Nice ad.
So funny.
He tricked us. He put on the Missouri hat first.
That was so funny.
Oh, it's loud.
There he is, waving the Buckeye flag. All right.
Let me shoot. Go ahead.
Let's
There
go.
we have it, ladies and gentlemen. A 123 ranked player nationally, a top 20 defensive lineman in this class. And this is a guy that I know for a fact the recruiting services are big on, and they've paid attention to his senior, season, and they have not updated his ranking in quite some time. Not that that matters. Okay. We need to just get that out of our heads anyway, right? This 5-star, 4-star thing. Go watch the film yourself. Go look how the Buckeye coaching staff, how hard they recruit these players. And you'll see, right, what type of player they're going to end up being. But in the trenches, I love this idea of let's get these numbers in, man. Let's get the numbers in, and you're going to hit on a couple of them, okay? So I love this. Emanuel Ruffin, a Buckeye. He was wanted by a lot of big-time programs in the nation. Alabama, Missouri, had offers from everybody. And like I said, his senior season put him over the top with the Buckeyes and with Larry Johnson. The second Larry Johnson watched his senior season, Larry Johnson picked up the communication big time and ended up winning this recruitment. This is a big time win for Larry Johnson, and he deserves credit. Now it's time for us to go get Dre Quinn and maybe a couple other defensive ends in this class. Funky, what you got?
Sorry, I was posting it on the scoop so we can get that up on the scoop. And this moves us up to number 8 in the class, I believe, if they put this commitment in. Sorry, I saw that in the chat. Someone asking where this put us in. I think 8, but it could have been all the way up to 7. Do we have 23 commits, Devin, or 24?
Well, we got 23 now.
So that's number
well,
23.
wait,
Okay, so they did update it.
I think that's number 24. They haven't updated it yet. No, they haven't updated it yet. That's number 20.
Okay,
He's number 24.
Sweet. So that will bring us up to, I believe, 7, almost 6 over Texas. I believe. I'm not no genius in this.
Yeah, bro. I mean, this is a 123 ranked kid nationally for 247. So, it's not going to be this isn't some low ranked kid that we got in the class. What is going on?
We'll never like. I don't get how On3 does the rankings, Devin, because we right now with 23 commits, or I'm assuming they haven't updated yet. Our average is 90.7 for 23 commits, but Texas got 20 commits and their average is 90.5, and somehow they're above us. Do they just like put more stock into the top of the top? I don't know. I'm not even sure. I shouldn't even care. But that's just an interesting thing. But I mean, our class is great. Our class is great. So anyone who's really complaining about it doesn't really know what they're talking about, respectfully. So they're very excited for this. And what a great day to be a Buckeye. Glad to see it just go through the net because you just never know in this modern era. It's hard to be 100%, like you said, but we were as close to 100% as possible, and figures out that we were happily correct about this.
Yes, we were. I think there's a class calculator somewhere that you can add to it, but this should move us. No, this will move us above above Tennessee. So we will be number 7 with 24 commits at this point. After this, yeah, we will be because Emanuel is a 4-star. So again, sometimes I start talking about this funky and I wonder why I'm even honestly having this conversation. In today's day and age with recruiting, I used to say as long as you sign top 5 classes, you can win national titles. But now at this point in time, what's as crazy is, NIL has changed recruiting rankings as well. Don't get it twisted. You don't think that these recruiting industries um, can determine some of these kids' NIL valuations, right? There are schools out there that will look and see that the kid is ranked a 5-star and up his NIL evaluation and cause all these things to happen, all these schools to get involved with him. So if you just think about that and you know anything about money, at least that's my thoughts. I've never said that out loud, but to me, it's like, man, some of these recruiting services can really affect these kids' NIL evaluations and what certain schools offer them. Because the more the more you talk about them, the more you talk them up. That's what happens. So to me anymore, as long as you're recruiting in the top 10, you're going to be in the national title conversation every year because it's changed quite a bit. It just has. Yeah, he's a .9268 247 composite. So that's going to take our average up even higher and our class to, yeah, we'll end up with number 7 here and then the number 4 ranked class as far as our average recruiting ranking.
Sweet. No, I mean, that's exactly where we want to be. And out on top of that, Devin, the people who are paying these kids, like, don't know, like, aren't very smart people, like, especially at some of these teams outside of Ohio State. They're just not very smart people who are paying these kids. It's people who are, and they want, like, this millionaire, a billionaire sending $1 million to a program. They want a 5-star kid. They don't want a kid who Ohio State has a 5-star. They want to get the, you get what I'm saying, Devin? Like they Ohio State couldn't go up to $1 million and be like, oh no, this guy we have in our board, like we got to give him a ton of money. No, they want the number 10 ranked player in the class, even if Ohio State has that player ranked number 100 on their board. Because you can look at the 10th best player in the class and the 200th ranked best player in the class, and I guarantee you really couldn't tell who's who. It's just it's so small. It's so small. And yeah, I mean, just so small. And if you saw who was doing these rankings, then you guys would all kind of laugh at them. So that's why I also hate talking about them. I really only do talk about them because it helps us.
Yeah. People bring
helps
up
us simplify
Indiana
it.
too. People bring up Indiana too and their recruiting class rankings. I must be a hater because I said compete for a national title. They didn't make it very far last year. Didn't make it out of the first round, and they look real pretty this year. But we'll see what happens when the rubber meets the road and they get up against an actual opponent. I mean, this whole Penn State, Mendoza, Heisman Dude, it was a 3-5 team. He was in the position because he was sucking all game. It was his first touchdown he threw of the game, and it was a bad pass that his receiver had to jump and make an extraordinary pass. So, I mean, Indiana fans, get over yourselves a little bit, man. You might make me eat my words, but I'm standing pretty strong on this. We'll see you in the Big Ten title game. See you in the Big Ten title game.
Not even then. We'll see in the playoffs. Like, come on. Like,
see you in the playoffs, buddy.
Like, I try not to hate on Indiana because it's just like they're fine. I think they're a very good team, and I mean they could beat us. There is a chance they beat us. That's not a. I mean, they're a really good team. They're a very, very good team. Just I think Ohio State's consistency, and I think we're a super elite team. So we'll see if Indiana could win 4 playoff games. I won't believe it until I see it. We've seen Ohio State do it. We've seen Ohio State do it in the past. We've had 3 national championships in my lifetime, so pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, but we'll see.
Funky, let me ask you this. If Ohio State plays their absolute best game and Indiana plays their absolute best game, what's the score, Funky?
Probably 42-20. 42 to
okay. We're 40, on par there.
Yeah, I think Indiana probably. I think we play our best game. You'll have a tough time holding us under 5 touchdowns about. And Indiana will probably 3, so probably scratch that. And I'd probably say like 38-24. I'll be a little nicer. Like if they play their best game, I think.
You
don't think they can score 24 in their best day, Dev?
No, I don't. Not against us. Not if our defense is playing at an elite level. I would have the score 10-31. Best on best. Tank.
I think Indiana could have a little more success than that. They have some playmakers, but I mean, I get your point though. 30. I mean, that's a realistic score. That's not a horribly unrealistic score. And you saw what we did versus Oregon last year in the Rose Bowl. That game was 34-0 at one point, so it can get ugly fast. And that Oregon team was better than this year's Indiana team.
Yeah, like I said, I wanted to root for Indiana and their success, but every interaction I've had with Indiana fans on Twitter, on anywhere, and then you listen to some of these interviews, it's just like, golly, man, like they don't know how to handle themselves. And then definitely this Mendoza, Julian Sand comparison thing that's going on right now. It's just, to me, it's outlandish, but I could also be wearing my scarlet glasses big time. But to me, to try to act like Mendoza is on Julian Sand's level as a quarterback, it just goes to show you the arrogance of what is going on around here. It's not new. It's nothing new.
I mean, also they're acting like Indiana's receivers are bad too, Devin. Like Indiana has 2 of the best receivers in the entire Big Ten. Like 2 legit NFL guys at wide receivers. So the kudos to them for getting them. And just because they weren't 5 stars out of high school don't mean they're damn good players. Just Ohio State gets 5 stars out of high school and make them actually play like 5 stars and make them play really well, while Indiana has been able to get transfer portal kids and 3-star, 4-star kids and make them play like borderline 5-star players, like top 10 wide receivers in the country good. So kudos to them for that, but let's not act like I've seen people talk about Fernando Mendoza like does it himself. I'm like, they have like one of the best tackles in the country in Carter Smith. They have a great running game, and they have an elite wide receiver play and super elite defense. And they have one of the best linebackers in the Big Ten. They have a great defensive line playing out of their mind. And they have, amazing staff. You need an amazing staff to win in college football nowadays, but they have it. They have a loyal staff, an amazing staff, and I think they're a legit good team, but I just hate the Fernando Mendoza does it himself, because every time Fernando tried to do it himself, he didn't do so well. I'll say that. No. So it takes some amazing plays.
Sorry, Funky, go ahead.
No, you're good. No, I said that catch was better than the throw. So it's just like it takes those type of plays to win that game.
Yeah, it does. I mean, the thing that I expect to be exposed big time when they get up against the Buckeyes is their offensive line. That's what I expect. That's what was exposed last year, and I think that's going to get it's going to be what's exposed this year. But Funky, one last final thing, and we'll get off here. A lot of Buckeye fans, I've seen them in the chat talking about how upset they are at the game, the Purdue game, and the run game, and all those things. I went back and watched it a second time, and am not upset, quite frankly. I watched the Buckeyes try out a lot of different things, try out different goal line formations, bringing in the West Virginia transfer, wear number 98 on the field. So trying new things, getting our depth, some time on the field just in case they're needed. They are going to be needed. So when you take a step back and you put it in that perspective of almost scrimmage-like atmosphere, getting our depth, some important time, and also experimenting with the run game, trying different things out. That's what we want as Buckeye fans. We wanted a game like this. We want things like this on film so this coaching staff can go in and make the changes that are needed. So after rewatching the game, I walked away way happier. The only thing about the Purdue game that on offense, my number one complaint would be Tegra Shabola. On defense, my number one complaint would be no pressure on the quarterback, but we won. So, Funky, any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I stopped taking the game super seriously with all my all my intensity as a Buckeye fan watching the game when I saw that we were playing freshmen on the first defensive series.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a glorified scrimmage because we didn't have Arvell out there for a lot of the snaps. We didn't play Carnell. We didn't even play our right tackle. We gave Ian Moore a shot. We gave Van Sinkle a shot with Josh Padilla out. So we gave a lot of people a shot, played a ton of freshmen, played a ton of 18-year-olds, and at times it looked like that. But overall, we looked very elite. The game was never in doubt. You could probably look at a few individual bad plays. I mean, Julian's pick was obviously bad. I think he missed one throw that later on that game as well. I'm being super nitpicky, by the way. And obviously Jeremiah Smith's block in the back was a little costly, but overall, Jeremiah Smith was still player of the game, by the way, from Ohio State. So clearly, that one penalty didn't ungrade him out as a champion. He's graded out as a champion, which is something I would note. Because he's a freak. He should really win the Heisman, but just wide receivers have a hard time winning it, really. Or just sole wide receivers. Devontae Smith is the last one, and that season was a COVID year, so kind of fake. But besides the point, overall, very good. Nothing really to complain about. And if you really want to complain about something, then you can complain about the third team defense giving up a touchdown, up 31. So if you want to go there, we can go there. But personally, I choose not to, and just look at it as a learning point, and Ohio State will just get better off of it. I hate when we blow out teams like 62-0, because then the next game I feel like is just you're just grinning your teeth, hoping our guys aren't sleepwalking. But a 24-point victory, first time we haven't covered in 13 games. So maybe that's when people are mad, Devin, because their bet didn't hit for the 14th time in a row off a third team defense. Our second, someone commented, our second team D needed help. I'm like, but it's our second team defense. They're a bunch of 18-year-olds. So I wouldn't put too much thought into it at all. And I got aided by a bunch of stupid penalties that were just whatever, shady stuff.
Our entire right side of the offensive line was rotated the entire game. Right guard, Game Van Sickle coming in. Even right tackle, right? The only offensive lineman that played every offensive snap were all of the left side and the center. So there was a lot of moving around happening in the game. Defensively as well, not a lot of pressure put on them, right? Sitting back, resting a lot of our players, which is needed. This is a long season, but good stuff going on. Good time to be a Buckeye. Good time to be a part of this channel as well. On Monday, I've scheduled Jay Timmons again for Monday. Okay, it's been scheduled a couple times now, but I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't know if he's coming on or not, but I have scheduled it with his agent, right? Waiting for a time right now, but Monday is the day. Tuesday, we will be joined by Sam Greer. Sam Greer, the 5-star offensive tackle in the Ohio State class, will be joining the show at 8:10 p.m., so stay tuned for that. We'll have some other guests on next week. Duke Pettyjohn's going to be joining us talking about the Buckeyes, Riley's dad. So stay tuned on this channel. Help us get up to 37K subs. We are almost there. I wonder how far away we are. I can tell us real fast. But Funky, while I'm doing that, any closing thoughts or statements?
Oh, just thanks for having me again, and more good news coming. This is not the end of the Buckeyes recruiting. The Buckeyes are going to get a win Saturday in the nighttime versus UCLA. Then we'll bounce back and get a win versus Rutgers. And then all of a sudden, it's that time again, that time of day again. The game week, and I'm looking forward to it. And it's going all good. My life's going great. Hope yours is too, Devin. And can't wait to watch more football today and cheer on more Buckeyes playing later today, or at least I think so. So yeah, I'm having a great day and just getting better. But appreciate you guys being here. And a reminder to subscribe. It really does help us out. And it's free. Really make sure you're subscribed too, because sometimes we can check the analytics and it says like over 70% of people who watch the show aren't subscribed. So if you think you're subscribed, you've been watching for years now, you can just go back and double check, because you just never know. And we appreciate if you just hit the subscribe button. Again, it doesn't sign you up for anything. You don't need to turn on notifications if you don't want to. It just really, really does help us out, and it makes us be able to do this. Every day for you guys. Devin's here grinding for you guys, and I try to help as much as I can with school and athletics, but I always enjoy it, and I appreciate all you guys for tuning in. And thanks again, Devin, for having me.
Yeah, for sure. Emanuel Ruffin added to the class. Legend Bay expected to be added next, and expect some more flips in this class. A lot of Buckeye momentum on the field, off the field, in recruiting, all the way around. Enjoy it while it lasts. It won't last forever. Dang, I forgot. Doodah Man, happy birthday, brother. Funky Doodah Man's birthday today. He gave us an OH, and we got a super chat at the last minute for $2. Thank you, DW. Sam Dixon was great in spring. Why no playtime? I don't know if that really needs to be explained, but his ceiling is not anywhere near these other running backs is why. That's just what it is at this point in time. Everybody's timing's different. It is not Sam Williams-Dixon's time right now. Funky, anything to add to that?
Yeah, I think calling him great in the spring would be a little, or maybe you're saying the spring game, because he did have a decent spring game. Yeah, he had a decent spring game, but yeah, I just don't think he's on the level as any of those top 5 guys. Or really, the 2 freshmen are really standing out, and then you can't not give James People the ball right now just because he's talented kid getting paid a good bit of money. Then CJ Donaldson brings something that those other 3 don't bring, which is being a bigger back, better on the goal line, and better in pass pro. So, and Sam Williams-Dixon just doesn't really excel over any of those guys, anything, and he's kind of old, and he did try to transfer out. So he was already in the doghouse after that, so it's kind of hard to get yourself back on the field. But good kid, and I hope he'll have a long career just by keeping himself around the Ohio State program, and you can appreciate that. I can see him being a great coach in the future, coaching at one of the Ohio schools, or even coming back to Ohio State eventually.
Yeah, no doubt. There's a lot of kids on this Buckeye team. Just being a part of a program like this will put you ahead a long way in life, whether you get on the field or not. But chat, appreciate you guys for showing up as always. Stay tuned for tomorrow's show. Hopefully we get a 5-star corner on here why he committed to the Buckeyes. But on that note, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Go Buckeyes. OH.
Yo.